Welcome to our podcast, Mind Heart Coherence Key to Unlock Your Full Potential. Mind Heart Coherence refers to a harmonious alignment between the cognitive processes of the brain and the emotional rhythms and patterns of the heart. This concept is rooted in the understanding that the heart and brain are interconnected and can influence each other significantly. In today's podcast, we will learn why is mind heart coherence important for overall well being? What are some practical techniques or exercises that individuals can use to achieve mind heart coherence? How does mindfulness practice contribute to mind heart coherence and much more? We have a very lovely and sweet guest on our podcast, Nidhi Kona. She is a molecular biologist, writer, and mentor working on mind heart coherence and energetics to help people detangle their lives and eventually live peacefully. Welcome to our podcast, Nidhi.
Thank you, Pratibha. Thank you so much for that lovely, warm welcome. I was already smiling from year to year when you were introducing me.
Oh, yes.
Thank you so much for inviting me on this podcast and helping me share my little knowledge, whatever little knowledge, in the hopes of it helping more and more people who tune into your podcast and listen and learn from you regularly. So, thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Oh, we are very blessed to have you, Nidhi, and you're not well, like you said earlier, right? So, thank you so much, for being here. So, let's start.
थैंक यू आई वुडंट मिस दिस इसके लिए तो मैं हील जितना भी हील करके हाउ मच एवर आई कैन आई वुड शो अप सो यस आई
Thank
एम
you so much. I'm sure because people will gain a lot of knowledge and insights from you, right? So it's very important. So thank you so much. God bless you.
thank you. And also, it's the community and the vibe that you share with the person. When you meet someone who is just like you, who can understand you, then even if you're a little tired, even if you're a little unwell, you suddenly get the strength.
Yes,
That's the magic of the mind and the heart right there.
yes, and that's what you do. Thank you so much for coming, Nidhi. So let's start. But before starting, let's know more about you. Like what exactly you do.
I know. Clearly, when you introduce, you can tell that I've done a lot of things. I've played a lot of roles. I started off, I think when I was in school, I'm like, I want to help people. I always knew that for sure. That is supposed to be my profession. But how do
Hmm.
you help people? That is, there are n number of ways, right? But in Indian society, it becomes that either you become a doctor or you become an engineer, whatever. And if you want to help people, then doctor. So then I realized that's not my cup of tea. India needs more scientists. India needs more research, more science on how the human body actually works, what is going on within us. Because all of us go through a lot of changes, a lot of issues, but is it only just drugs that can solve our problem? I wanted to know because I've never been a person who has been too reliant on medications. But then again, if you want to know more about something, you have to go into that den itself. So that's when I got more into scientific research. I became a scientific writer. I worked with pharma companies. What actually happens? How is this research done? How effective are these medications that we are mindlessly popping?
Yeah.
And somewhere along the way, I felt very disheartened when I had to go to the hospital and I saw people waiting there for 7 hours, 8 hours. I say, and I was like, this is making people more ill. What is supposed to make you feel more confident is making you more helpless and hopeless. I don't know. Just waiting is just very, very painful for anybody. So I was like,
Yeah.
this is not it. This is really not it. I still remember, I will share a personal experience later of how when doctors had given up hope on me, it was just some miracle. It was my own resolution from the heart and from the mind that saved my
Hmm.
life. I wouldn't be here without it. So that is all the proof that I needed. I don't have to read a scientific paper in some article to know that life can be different. I've changed my own life. I am my own evidence, and that's why whenever I meet people, I tell them to be their own scientist of their life. So that's why I do what I do, and now I'm a mind and heart coherence coach, so that I can teach people that same lessons that I've learned, to tell them that you have everything that you need. You just need guidance I am a spiritual person, so I do believe that, as long as you have the divine hand upon you, you will
Yes.
only grow and just blossom in love and health and all of those things.
Yes. Thank you so much, Nidhi. And I think I can relate with you. Like I also went through similar thing. And that's why we are here, I guess, right? Same attract same, right? Okay. So let's start with the first part, which is introduction to the concept. What is mind-heart coherence and why is it important for overall well-being?
What happens is that we have a lot of stimuli around us,
Hmm.
and any given point of time there are sounds that we're hearing, that we're seeing things, we're touching things. We live in a very sensory world. 24 hours 7 there's stuff going in, and how do we process these inputs, these stimuli, through our mind? That is what we have established so far, that the brain is the center, processing center of the body, that takes in all of these stimuli and gives you an assessment or an analysis. Okay, this is what I'm doing, this is where I am. But where people go wrong is they think that the heart is just meant to pump blood like that. Uska job yahi hai. It's just there to circulate blood. That is not just it. Your heart is the seat of your intuition. A lot of people don't even believe in intuition. They think that it's not scientifically proven and all of that. That is utter nonsense, because it is a very lived experience. If you see, let's take an example, right? You meet
Hmm.
a person, for the first time, and you already have formed an impression of that person. It is
Hmm.
not something that they have said, it is not something that you know about them previously, but something you feel in your body. There's a bodily sensation when there's good touch, there's bad touch. Now, how do you know the difference between it? It is your
Yes.
body that is interpreting it. And whenever, okay, let's take the example of love, right? So when you meet someone that you love, your heart starts racing and all of that starts happening. So brain did not tell the heart ki, okay, start racing and all of that. It's your heart that went for it, and then the
Yes.
brain processes ki, oh, I'm feeling something for this person. So you have to realize that around 92% of communication is non-verbal. So, where is that non-verbal communication coming from? It's coming from the perception of things around you without even saying anything. And your heart plays a huge, huge, huge role in it. Why do you, when you hold your hands like this, why do you feel comforted?
Yes.
I should hold my hands like this and comfort my brain, but that doesn't help. It helps when I put my hand on my heart. You know. So
Yes.
that is because there is something called this mind and heart coherence, where your
Yes.
brain is very closely linked to your heart. And when those two systems are moving step to step with each other, then you are in that flow state where
Hmm.
everything is just happening to you. You're not struggling, you're not worried, nothing is there,
Hmm.
because you are in the moment. That is the ease with which you should live your life. But what is happening to people? Mind is in one direction, oh, I need to do all of this. And then the heart is in like, oh, but I actually want to do this. So when it's a tug of war between these two systems, is
Hmm.
imagine a rope. Huh? There's mind on one side and then there's heart on the other side. What is happening to the rope in between? It's tearing, it's shearing. And that rope is your body. Your body becomes shrinks further and further and further when your heart and mind are not
Not
aligned.
mine.
So that is a point of coherence. When you become the double engine that you are meant to be, you use your mind and you use your heart in lockstep, and they're supporting you to live your best life.
Wow. I think this is new for many people, right? Even I believe, yeah, it is actually. Okay. So much. So let's go to the next section. It's about scientific basis. So can you explain the science behind mind-heart coherence and how do the mind and heart communicate with each other?
So, everything in life, or your reaction to life, is based on your nervous system. Your nervous system is what is dictating who you're being at any given point of time, what you are feeling, what you are perceiving. That is basic. Okay. When you are agitated, your sympathetic nervous system is in play. So the body is divided into two branches of the nervous system. There's the sympathetic and then there's the parasympathetic.
Hmm.
Sympathetic is associated with the flight or flight response. So whenever
Hmm.
there's a threat or whenever there's fear, your body needs to know that it needs to shut down all of the other essential functions and
mm,
start getting kicking that adrenaline in your body because it needs to run. That's its main job. And that is
mm,
also needed, right? You cannot sit there if a tiger is out to get you and be like, "Huh, ho jayega. I can just convince." Nahi hoga. You have to. When it's needed, you have to use it. The other
yes.
part of your nervous system is your parasympathetic nervous system,
Mm,
and this is responsible for relaxation, for cooling down, for calming down. So it just decreases your alertness also. This is when people, when they're very active and they're in the flight or flight mode, you see that they become insomniacs. They're not able to sleep, and they're not
mm,
able to sleep because their sympathetic nervous system is always on. They're not able to switch to their parasympathetic. So
mm,
your job in a day to day, in a day's cycle, is to switch between this parasympathetic, sympathetic, alertness, relaxation. This is does not happen if you're in your head 24/7, because brain is always going to look at the threat. That's its job, to keep you safe. That's what it thinks. And if I can prepare for everything in the world, then I will be safe. So your brain is for the survival instinct, and your heart is for that relaxation, is for that being in the moment, feeling that happiness, feeling that gratitude, all of that. But what happens is people are stuck in their minds. And what they don't realize is, in this nervous system of yours, there's something called the vagus nerve. Okay. And it is one of the 12 cranial nerves in your body. So there's a bunch of nerves that stem from your brain, and they extend all throughout your body.
mm,
Vagus nerve goes everywhere. Goes to your neck, goes to your chest, goes to your abdomen, and look at the things it controls: heartbeat, blood pressure, digestion, immune
mm.
system, everything. And it also connects your brain to your gut. So look at how much it is actually impacting. The vagus system, the vagus nerve, the brain receives more signals from all of these places than it sends. So, what that essentially means is that whatever you put in your stomach, whatever you hold inside your heart, all
Mm,
of this is data points for your brain.
mm.
So, when you don't focus on your mind, when you don't focus on the food that you're eating, there is no chance that your mind can be in a peaceful mental state.
Exactly.
There is no chance, because the vagus nerve is just going to communicate whatever is chaos is happening in the other parts of your body.
Mm,
So if you can go and look up regulation of the vagus nerve also. That switches on to the parasympathetic part of your nervous system. It is meant to relax you. It is meant to improve your immune function. So that is why when you are too stressed, your body starts coming up with all kinds of illnesses. Your immunity decreases
yes.
because your entire energy is going into flight or flight mode. When your sympathetic nervous system is more active, your digestion shuts down, your your immunity goes down, because all of this becomes non-essential in the long run. These are all long run things, so the body does not focus on it. Parasympathetic is all about the long run. So that is a
Mm,
sign behind this mind and heart coherence, that they are completely linked from head to toe. And it is this vagus nerve on the parasympathetic nervous system that links the two.
wow. Thank you so much. It's full of information. I think people should start taking notes when they hear this podcast.
Yeah, I know. It's a
And
lot of technical jargon, but I try to keep it as simple as possible because
yes,
it is important.
yeah, because later they can do some research on it, right? That is truth. It's a fact. So for that,
Absolutely.
thank you so much, Nidhi. Okay. And next is, what physiological changes occur in the body when a person achieves mind-heart coherence?
First physiological step is that you feel like you have 48 hours in a day. You don't feel tired at all. Fatigue is a thing of the past because you are not expending too much energy. As I said, your mind and your heart are not in two different directions. They're on the same page. So if they're on the same page, you're only going to use your energy in productive tasks. So whatever work that you had planned out for the day, it gets done in like the first half of the day itself, right? And so now you have enough time to relax. You have enough time to enjoy. And I mentioned that you're in the flow state. So every part of your body, also your cells start rejuvenating. The growth starts, increasing, the growth factor, all of those things. all of those things that your body really needs in the long run, that starts happening inside of your body. And stress, anything, if you look at it, your so what I was saying is it all shows up in your blood, right? Your blood is a report card for your internal systems and your internal well-being. If you are stressed, it will show up as stress hormones in your blood. If your digestion system is not working properly, it will show up as all kinds of fats and lipids in your bloodstream. So there's nothing that you can hide from it. And the blood is so important that people don't understand that even the importance of creating a healthy environment within themselves and outside themselves. And how do you create a healthy environment within yourself? It starts
Mm.
with your inner conversations. What are you telling yourself constantly? Right?
Yes.
What are you consuming constantly? What kind of food are you eating? Are you bothered about short term gratification, or are you bothered about long term gratification? Because your body also will function the same way. If you are
Mm.
bothered about short term gratification, then your body also will feel happy when you're munching on some chips. And in the long run, it will show you all kinds of problems. So you are your body. You're not your
Yes.
body, but then your body is a reflection of you. It
Mm.
starts with you. It starts with your choices that you make. So when you achieve mind and heart coherence, it shows up in your bloodstream. Blood is just, it's so clear. It's nurturing the cells as it's meant to be. It becomes that nurturing, nutritious medium for your body that it needs. So, because it cleans up the entire hormonal system in your body as well. And the hormones are the chemical messengers, they're called. So, whatever you think, that's how the brain kind of, interacts with the heart and all of that through these chemicals, through these hormones. So
Mm.
that is the main thing.
Yes. Too informative. I think people should take down notes for sure and write takeaway or comment section. Thank you,
Yes.
Nidhi. Yes.
Thank you.
So our next section is benefits and applications. So, what are some of the benefits of achieving mind heart coherence, both mentally and physically?
First, I would start off with mentally. When you have coherence, no, you don't fixate on, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? Is this the right one?
Mm.
That anxiety is not there anymore
Mm.
because you're completely aligned. Every single part of you knows the right decision for you. So there
Mm.
is no extra time pass that you're doing with yourself trying to narrow down the right. You make decisions like this and you make them right. I'm not, you just, I don't know how, but it always ends up being the right decision for you because it comes from a supreme sense of intelligence. Imagine you're using your brain's intelligence and you're using your heart's intelligence. It's
Yes.
quicker and it's sharper. It's miraculous how that works. So you become the problem solver of your life. You stop depending upon other people to come and save you, which is what I see in a lot of people these days, because they're like, oh, someone come and save me. Oh, these people, no one is helping me. Oh, that people. Yes, I know people will always be in their own world because even they're struggling with their own issues, right?
Yes.
When you have expectations with other people trying to come and help you, God knows how long that will take. It starts with you. When you start helping yourself, people see that and they start helping you as well. I've seen that in my own personal experience, that when I became my own, problem solver, people just came as instruments to help me out. They'd be like, hey, you know what? I think I can help you out with this because I remember the time you helped me out like that and it was really, really, really helpful. So can I please do that for you? And how can I help other people? Because I have the capacity, because I have the energy, because I am heart and mind aligned. When you
Yes.
are heart and mind, you have extra energy to not just care for yourself, but care for the people that you love. So that
Mm.
is the physical aspect of it as well, where your mind is clear, you're making the best decisions. There is no chit 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 that is happening, and your body is physically more capable of taking on more things. Because a lot of people are not able to achieve their goals because they don't have the capacity for it. It's not that they're not enough. I think
Mm.
that is a lie. Anything can be achieved, but it starts with you becoming the person who has the capacity to achieve that goal and maintain that goal. So that
Mm.
only happens when you have the energy for that. No, if you
Yes.
want to become a mega business owner overnight, it does not happen. You have to like spend a lot of sleepless nights. This and that happens. All of these
Yes.
challenges happen. so that you break away all of your old beliefs and you start expanding yourself as a human being, and you start
Yes.
increasing your energy levels. You start interacting with all the right people. So all of
Yes.
this happens when you are when your mind and heart is aligned and it's coherent. It's
Yes.
crystal clear. Everything looks brighter and everything looks crystal clear for you.
Yeah. Completely agree with you, Nidhi. Thank you. Hmm. Can, like you said, we can use this mind heart coherence is used to manage stress and anxiety also. So, if so, how?
The simplest thing to bring in the mind and the heart together is gratitude. I know
Hmm.
people know about gratitude, but to be honest, I don't think people follow it enough. And it's not enough to say that ha, I'm thankful for everything in my life. No, that you're just saying it because you think you have to. Actually feeling with your body is a very different thing than just using gratitude as a technique. I feel like people get lost in this techniques and stuff, and it becomes very mechanical. Like, oh, if I do this, I do this, I do this, and then I'm healed. It's not. Your mind has to completely be on board that I want to dedicate myself to this. Your heart needs to completely feel that feeling of being grateful, of being blessed, of being chosen to have whatever experiences you've had. And that, the minute you start feeling abundant, the minute you start feeling like you have whatever you want, your sympathetic nervous system does not have to work that hard, because it realizes that, oh, what am I trying to fight? What am I trying to hunt? I have so much. So it's making that switch in your mind. Wait. Before I ask for more, can I stop and look at what I have? Am I just collecting garbage or am I collecting gems? Let me feel happy for that. And once I know what I have, then I'll have more clarity on what I can get. Because a lot of people, they
Hmm.
just aspire for things because other people are aspiring for it. And that's not
Hmm.
the right thing for you. And even
Hmm.
after you get that thing, you won't be happy. You're like, oh, I spent so much time doing this. Now I'm not even that happy. I just did it because someone told me to. You know?
Yes.
So when your mind and heart is aligned, when you are in that state of gratitude, you look back, you acknowledge at all the things that have worked for you, all the things that have brought you to where you are, and automatically your heart starts feeling that release. And and it's that communication to the brain that you're okay, we're okay, it's all good. Don't have to fight, don't have to run. this
Yes.
is this is time to relax, and then you switch back into the parasympathetic system. So the simplest, I think all of us have seen Three Idiots, right? So what does he say in that? He just puts his hand over his heart and be like, all is well. So you just have to reassure your own self, reassure your heart that it's okay, it's all going to be okay, because you're going to do your best to keep yourself happy and alive and all of those things. You are there for you, your divine is there for you. All the people who love you are there for you. We forget. We sometimes forget the most crucial things. So, gratitude is the key to acknowledge all of these important things in our life that that we wouldn't be here with, without it. So, yeah, that is the simplest technique. That you don't need any money, anything, nothing, no, nothing you need to do. It's very natural to us, but we've forgotten it. So, time to make it more natural again for people.
Yeah. So, like, when I have to struggle or if I go through something, what see that I've come so far and I've struggled and I've come here and I'm surviving, I'm alive, and I have done a great job, because of help of divine, of course. So, I can do more first. Second, when it comes to gratitude, like what I do is like, of course, we all write, we all feel. In the morning when I get up, I always feel one thing is that if today I'm alive, I'm thankful for that because I'm sure God has purpose for me. I'm alive. Otherwise, people are dying. Like I lost my mother in just seconds. So, and when you lose someone very close to you, right? Like physically, especially when they're your parents or spouse or someone very close you love, that time you realize that what is the value of life actually, and you
Yeah,
have
how
like, less time.
precious it is.
Yes, it is. And in like we say, I don't know it's long or short, but we know it's very much unpredictable, right? So use every second of your life in, of course, have live joyfully, but at least use for something productive, at least for your soul, mind, and heart, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And along with gratitude, what I teach also is, breathing, because all of these things, they're all interconnected. You see,
Yeah.
you're not separate from your environment. You are breathing
Yeah.
in the same air, and then it's going out, and then someone else is going to breathe it in. Everything is interconnected, but you
Yes.
have to make that effort into transmuting. There's a reason I call my brand Alchemy with Nidhi, because it's all about changing. It's all about shifting that from one state to another, from lead to gold. No? So from taking all your anxiety and all of that and breathing it out in a specific manner, so that you switch to that part of your nervous system that can actually help you finish the task at hand. So it's breathing, it's gratitude. There's I said that I work with energetics, and a lot of that has to do with mudras as well. You guys can all
Mm.
look it up. That also very powerful, because your body is your supporter. Your body is not your enemy. It is there to support you if you show it love, if you show it gratitude, and you need to have self discipline. You must have self discipline. That self discipline is a very high form of self love, which people don't understand. Self love is not just treating yourself to all guilty pleasures and being like, I love myself. Yes, of course you love yourself, but it's also self discipline, because self discipline is what is going to get you that, what we can say in spiritual terms we call it sadhana, but it is that dedication. It fosters that trust in you. It fosters that faith. It fosters that will, that yes, I am completely surrendering to my vision, to my purpose, to my mission, right? And to
Mm.
myself, to the highest version of myself. So these are the things that I usually teach, and it's beautiful. It's really beautiful how much you can heal yourself without taking help from external sources that usually have side effects that come along with them, and then you have to take more medications to then treat the side effects, and it's an never ending cycle. So you are powerful enough to heal yourself. That is what I've learned. And when you have your mind and heart aligned, there is nothing that is stopping you. Nothing can stop you, for sure.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree with you. Okay, one more topic. Like you talk about gratefulness. Like I also believe in science of forgiveness because it works a lot when it comes to anxiety and stress. I've heard also many people scientifically, even Vishen, also many. Okay, they've heard forgiveness is something which is really important. Like you forgive and you seek forgiveness, and that will really help you. Because it opens the energy. It heals the your soul, heart and mind, and that's how it helps you overcome stress, anxiety. So what are your thoughts on it?
What I understood from it is that, okay, if I speak about the energetic part of it, it's like whenever you lock and fixate on someone, on some wrong that someone has done to you, you are essentially giving a part of your energy onto them. you know
Yes.
so you are going to feel less of your true self, and you are going to feel like, why am I feeling this discomfort? And you will
Yeah.
still keep thinking, oh, it's this person that who is making me feel like this. But then the
Mm.
moment you decide to forgive that person, whether or not that person has changed, you
Yes.
have changed. Your bodily sensation has changed. So it's not the person, it's
Yeah.
your focus and where you are directing your energy. That is the energy sense of it. Second
Yes.
thing is, it's forgiveness is just, it comes from a deeper space of compassion. It comes
Yes.
from a deeper space of, I am beyond this little inconvenience. My heart is big enough to expand. My heart is big enough to let go of what is not needed for me anymore. If it is not benefiting me anymore, I am
Mm.
completely able to let go of this attachment. We have a lot of attachment sometimes. We need people to behave a certain way, to talk to us a certain way, all of that. Sure, you can have expectations, but you can never get too attached to people's outcomes. When you get too attached to people's outcomes, they control you, and when they
Yes.
control you, you feel powerless. You become a victim, and you see how many people are feeling like victims because, I'm not saying that they've not had tough times. Definitely have had tough times, but then they're
Mm.
not able to let go. They're not able
Yes.
to reclaim that power that they've given away to somebody else.
Yes.
So forgiveness is from the heart. It's not from the mind. So even technically, if I say, "Oh, I forgive that person," okay, no, not gonna happen. I have to change the bodily sensation of what that person is triggering inside of me. Another really important thing to understand, or something that can help forgiveness, is
Mm.
Separate the behavior from the person. This is a very key insight that I got in my life. When we label, we use a lot of labels for a person. Ah, this person is like this person is nasty, this person is always a gossiper. So it's an identity that we're assigning to that person, and
Yes.
whenever we come into that vicinity of that person, whether or not they have actually done the action that we don't like, we still feel annoyed by them.
Yeah.
It still triggers that emotion of, I don't want to be here. And when you separate that identity from, oh, this person has a tendency to do these kind of things, then you start to have compassion for that person. Oh, this person doesn't know any better. This is the behavior they use to cope. But then I don't hate the person. They don't know any better. I don't
Yeah.
have to feel uncomfortable with that person because they don't know any better. So you stop that. That automatically removes the power that the person can hurt you. You
Yes.
automatically know that it's the behavior that you don't like and you will not tolerate, and that you can come up with a good response to tell them that this is not the behavior that I like. So you can
True.
change your behavior, and so it comes with a sense of calmness and composure. And you cannot be angry at a calm person. Can an angry person infinitely go yelling at a calm person? You cannot.
Mm.
They'll look like the stupid one, and no one wants to look stupid. So you
Yeah.
have to become that person who has that calm, who has that composure, because you know better, and you are able to forgive, and you are able to let go because it's not your burden to carry. It's not your heart's burden to carry. Your heart is meant for bigger things. Your heart is meant to receive and amplify the love and all of the blessings that are coming to you. Because you're here to create. That is your true purpose. You're not here to destroy. You're not here to shame. You're not here to blame. And if that is being thrown at you, then leave it. Let it go. It'll go back to them. You don't hold on to it. Yeah? It reduces your capacity to do better things. So you get to choose. You get to choose. That is the only sentence I can say. And choosing to forgive just makes you a bigger person.
Yes. So true. Thank you, Nidhi. Let's go to the next section, which is techniques and practices. So, how does mindfulness practice contribute to mind-heart coherence?
What is happening in our day-to-day lives is that when we're stuck in our brain is always in the projection mode, because it's run kind of by what's going to happen, and I need to be prepared, and I need to create an analysis of things and all of that. So it's constantly shuttling between between the past and the future. And
Yeah.
it recollects the past memories because it stores all of your memories, and then based on those memories it's making projections. So it's a constant shuttle between the two things, whereas the
Yeah.
heart is not about any of those two things. It's about the present moment. It's
Hmm.
just about feeling whatever is around it. And so
Hmm.
that's why people are not able to tap into that power of that heart, because they're not able to just allow themselves to be. And mindfulness is what allows that. Mindfulness makes you peaceful with your past, it makes you peaceful with your future, whatever it is. You are
Hmm.
fine because you're in the present moment. You are fine because your heart feels that expansive, feels that calm, feels that composure. And that
Hmm.
is the greatest type of abundance that a lot of people are lacking. It's
True.
not necessary that if you have a lot of money that you will have that peace and composure. No. Or it's not necessary that uh, it's so many limiting beliefs that we have around all of these things of how we should be and all of that. There is no should and could and would and all of that. Just be. People have forgotten how to be, and that is what mindfulness teaches you. No matter what, be. Two
Yes.
words. We're all becoming human doings because of this shuttle from the past and the future. The be in the being is not there only.
No, we are not humans only now. you know,
Yeah. we,
human
we
beings.
are almost like servants of AI at this point, because and this is AI is again amazing. Technology is amazing, but what people forget that all of this has been modeled upon natural intelligence.
Yes.
All of it has come
Yes.
from a human being. It was not
Yes.
born out of the sky from somewhere.
Yes. Yes.
And we
Human is
forget
a.
the power that we hold in. Yeah.
Yes. So I feel that human is someone who follows humanity, which is no more or like rare. I feel right. We are worse than animals sometime, I guess, or maybe Yeah, we are.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you're in survival instinct, you definitely are no different than an animal, you know. And at least
Yes.
animal does not have the capacity to have, like an evolution of the mind and all of that. They are
And
fixed to their habits. You can't blame
yes,
them. What is our excuse? What is
yeah,
our excuse? That is what I want people to ask themselves.
yes. So become human at least, then start evolving. I feel.
Just be. That's what
Yes,
mindfulness tells you. Don't have to
yeah.
evolve into some Mars and stuff. Before you go to Mars, first learn to live on Earth. What will you go
Yes,
and do on Mars?
like learn to live on earth, like learn to be human, learn to help others, learn to be compassionate, and then once you do everything, then start somewhere. Okay.
Yeah. Or else,
Yes.
whatever kalesh you've done here, you'll go and do on Mars also. Whatever nonsense you've done, you'll recreate that there. What's the point then?
Yeah, true, true. And I think someone who's very like calm or like yogi, in a saint we call. Saint is someone who's at peace, who is very much equipoised, no matter what. Like sukh ho, dukh ho, you're happy, you're sad, you're equipoised. You reach that
Yeah.
stage, then you go and start something there of your own.
Yeah. That will be true evolution, right? Because that will be a new breed of human beings who are embodying that kind of capacity to withstand difficult environments. Here, we're not able to withstand this nice environment only. What will you go and do anywhere else?
Yeah. Maybe this podcast should reach more and more.
Absolutely. So that people wake up.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, and next is, are there any specific tools or technologies that can help in achieving or measuring mind-heart coherence?
So there are a lot of different techniques that I use. There's something called biofeedback. There's something called biotuning, biofrequency. So all of that measures the kind of frequency with which you are vibrating. Everything is vibrating in the universe, okay? Because the base of it, you, I, me, everything is just particles. It's just atoms, okay? Everything has a wavelength, everything has a frequency. That's why you say, oh, this person is not, I'm not vibing with this person or something like that, or they're not
Yeah,
on my same wavelength. We use
yeah,
these terms thinking that it's just a way, a figure of speech, but it has a very deeper meaning because it
yeah,
is the truth. It is your frequency, it is your vibration. And so there are many ways of checking whether you're vibrating to the right frequency. Even the earth has a frequency of its own, so that's
yes.
called the Schumann frequency. You can go and look that up as well. And when
Hmm.
you are vibrating at that, same frequency as the earth, whatever that bliss, that feeling, as you mentioned, yogis have this bliss on their face, no matter what, unshakable. So earth also, so much nonsense is going on around it, but still it is not fully collapsing, right? It is still
Yes,
sustaining. Sun is coming, waves are happening, earth is still, land is still there, everything is there, but there is destruction happening, but there's also creation also happening, right?
yes,
So that is the same process that happens within us as well. And you just have to align your frequency to the things that you aspire to be. So there are
true.
many ways of measuring it. I would say your heartbeat is a simple thing. The way your heart is beating will tell you which mode you're in. Are you in flight or flight, or are you in a relaxed state of mind? So just checking your pulse also can be a thing. Second tool, that easy simple tool that you can use, is your breathing. So what you can do is just take your arm like this and put it right kind of before your mouth, and then gently breathe
Hmm.
as lightly as possible, okay, as lightly as possible. If you are feeling a lot of air on your hand, that
Hmm.
means that you're breathing quite heavily. Yeah. And if you're able to just feel like not almost not feel anything, that means that your body is relaxed, it's calm, and it's not needing way too much oxygen. Because when you're in survival mode, no,
Hmm.
it's burning energy like that. So you require more oxygen also. You need to gasp more
Okay.
air. But when you are in a relaxed state, your oxygen requirement is also less, so you're not breathing that heavily. So the simplest thing you can do to check is just check your breathing.
Hmm.
How heavily are you breathing? There's another
Hmm.
thing in the breathing part of it also. The right nostril is connected to your sympathetic nervous system. The left nostril is related to the parasympathetic nervous system. So what
Okay.
you can do, you can just Breathe out on your arm like this and see which side are you breathing out more from.
Hmm.
Sometimes your nostril is blocked and you're just breathing from the right. So you're in that
Hmm.
agitated kind of state. And sometimes you'll see that both are functioning properly. So
Hmm.
simple technique that you can do any point of time. And it's super helpful in knowing which state that you're in.
Wow, that's great. Thank you so much, Nidhi. We are exploring a lot here. And you just remind me, Krishna has said in Bhagavad Gita, like, that there are various types of, creation, maintenance, and destruction. One is with our body itself,
Mm.
and the body gets destroyed. And of course, one is with the universe. And there are other types also, which I'm not telling right now, but yeah. So, everything is connected actually. Everything is
Absolutely.
connected. Connect the dots and look on yourself. I think that is the best thing.
Mm. When you are interconnected, then why that struggle? Why that fight against something that you do? Why that resistance and why trying to push away all of that? Nothing.
Yeah.
When you are interconnected, then all you need to know is okay, out of all the interconnections that I have around me, what are the ones that I'm selecting and what are the ones that I'm bringing closer to me so that I
Yes.
can, become more powerful. So it all
Yes.
starts with a choice.
Yes. Everything is choice. True. Okay. Thank you, Nidhi. So now the next section is personal experiences and case studies. So can you share any personal experience or anecdotes where your mind, heart, coherence significant impact?
I think the simple one of I mentioned that I had an experience when I was younger. I think almost 10 years ago, and up
Mm.
until that point, I was talking about. I was not very careful about my with my words. So whenever I would cringe or something, I'd be like, "Oh my god, just kill me! Oh my god, just kill me!" Oh, I would feel secondhand embarrassment very quickly because I'm a
Mm.
very empathetic person also. So whenever I see something, I would feel that. I would take it inside of me. If someone is
Mm.
stressed out, also I would take it inside of me because I'm connected. I'm connected with everyone around me. What
Mm.
happens is that mentally I'm connected, but at the heart level also I'm taking in a lot of things, but I'm not really protecting myself. I'm not really being selective of what is good for me, what is not good for me. So I was
Mm.
very careless with all of these things. And what happened that I actually ended up in the hospital. I got dengue, and at that point of time there was no vaccine or something. And when it was, I couldn't swallow also. I couldn't eat food, so I couldn't, regenerate myself with the help of nutritious food. I was on drips, and the doctors came in and they said, we can't really do anything for her. We can only manage her symptoms. We can give her painkillers and we can manage her symptoms, and you can pray that her platelets go up. That's what they just left me to. And
Mm.
I that moment I realized that I was so broken that my mind, I always thought that, oh, whatever, why is life so hard for me, and why do I get all the challenges, everybody else is so happy, I'm such a good person, why is this happening to me? So my mind would drive me insane. And it was
Mm.
it was driving me insane. But at that moment, I looked at my parents' expressions, and my heart just broke. It just something happened. And I was like, no, I cannot, I am not leaving like this. I am not leaving without telling them that I love them. I am not leaving without experiencing life fully with them. I am not leaving. I do not want to die. I do not want to do this because of that strong emotion that I felt. If I did not feel that emotion from someone else, I would be like, what is the point of life? My mind would convince me that there is no point in life. I'm not happy anyway. Everything is an inconvenience. I'm not happy anyway. But it was my heart at that moment that realized that sensation of love that I can feel inside of me, and how grateful I truly am to have parents who love me so much. And in that moment, from my heart, I sent a command to my brain saying, I'm going to live. I don't care how it's going to happen. I'm going to live. I'm going to walk out of this hospital. I'm going to go, and I'm never going to say these cursed words ever again. I'm never going to say, whatever, kill me, whatever. No, I'm not going to say that again, ever again. And I made a promise to me, and I was so resolute in that promise. I was obsessed. And the very next day, someone came up, my relative came up, and they said, you can give her these, papaya leaves juice, and
Yeah.
that will. And at that point, I'm like, yeah, what papaya leaves? But I'm like, I will eat anything at this point. If it really helps, I have nothing to lose. I will eat it. And I took it, and my platelets started increasing day by day by day by day. And I was out of the hospital like this. But that didn't come before I made that resolution. It only came after I chose, after I commanded myself that I have a reason to live. After I commanded myself that I feel so strongly about my life, that I'm destined to fulfill my purpose, that I'm destined to give love and receive love. So that is the power of the heart that people don't really realize. It can move mountains,
Hmm.
but you have to communicate within yourself like that. Your mind will drive you insane. Your mind will give you all the reasons for why things have not worked out for you in the past and why it will not work out for you in the future. But it's your heart that will give you a reason for why it will work out, because it makes you feel that blessed feeling. You don't
Hmm.
feel that you're blessed here, you feel that you're blessed here.
I can relate with you. When my mom was alive, it happened with me. I was not well for many, many years. And we have
Mm-hmm.
shown to all the doctors across India, I think we have shown everywhere. And I was like, okay, and I was working that time. I was like, it's fine, it's fine. But when I saw my mom crying, she was like, kya hoga iska? What will happen with her? That gave me a power. No, I cannot see my mom crying. And that's something,
Mm.
she's no more. I don't know how I am alive, but she's my
Yeah.
strength. I cannot see my mom crying, dad crying, that's for
Yeah.
sure. And it gave me
Yeah.
strength of that. And touch wood, I'm out of that without medication. Like literally nothing helped me actually that time. Okay, it's own my own lifestyle and my inner strength helped me.
Mm.
And secondly, again, like similar story like you, maybe like universe connects us. Even I got dengue when my mom passed away. Again, there was no one, and it was a very bad situation. I was in north of India that time. There was no one with me.
Mm.
I thought
Mm.
that I want to live because it was,
Mm.
you feel very uneasy. Your body, your mind, nothing supports
Broken.
you. Better to let not live at that time because it's very uneasy. Like I
Mm.
tried sweeping every part of the room and my flat, but nothing helped me that time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then my friend called my sister. She came. Okay, and even I was not well that time. But when I saw my sister, she was in that mode that mom has left us, and even she is, not well. And again, that gave me something. No, let I can come up and
Strong.
be fine. I left my job with
Mm.
that. I got a very good job after that. I came back, much, much better and much, much stronger. And I became
Yes.
much more spiritual today. And I believe there's higher power guiding you at any point of time. That's it. So, death or suicide
Absolutely.
is not a solution for anything, actually.
Absolutely. I think that's a very important message that you've brought up, because a lot of people see dead ends because they're stuck in that fear. They're stuck in that, what will happen? Will I not be loved if I don't achieve something? Will I not? What will happen to me? Kind of thing. And they've just forgotten to operate from that heart space. And when you forget to operate in that heart space, no, your mind will only try to switch you off again and again and again. So it's your entire inner strength comes from that strong feelings that you have. People should not run away from feelings. Your feelings are your power. The fact that you care so much about someone that you love, the fact that you care so much about the divine, the fact that you care so much about just humanity, it's all your power. Imagine how strong you need to be to not just care about yourself but other people. That's how strong your heart is. That's how big your heart is.
Yeah.
And people forget that. They, without guidance, your attention doesn't go on that at all. And so a lot of people need to know that you are not alone. Loneliness is an unfortunate situation in the current day because people are addicted to mobile phones, people are addicted to their screens, and they are missing out on that human connection. And whenever they do try to connect with human beings, maybe something goes off, and then they get further turned off from the fact that I should go and connect with human beings. They have bad experiences with human beings, and then they're like, oh no, everybody is like this. So stop being inside your head. Stop projecting the worst case scenario and everything. Use that power of the heart that tells you that you are loved, that you are worthy, there is something meaningful for you out there. You just find the strength to get out of this and things will get better. And it's beautiful how you said that after that deep dive situation was so bad, you ended up coming back feeling much better, you ended up getting a much better job. So that is how you're rewarded when you come out of that deep challenge, when you come out of that deep pain. That pain is just trying to push you into who more of who you need to be, and breaking all of your limiting beliefs. And when it's breaking a lot of your limiting beliefs, it is going to be very uncomfortable, but it is going to be very rewarding as well.
Yeah, I hope this podcast reaches many people. It will help many actually, because all is suffering in some or the other way, right? So this is very helpful and deep. Thank you so much, Nidhi.